Okay, hi. Looking forward to game week 6 this week. Fingers crossed I'm going to end up having a better week than I've had for the last couple of weeks. I'll kick off by focusing on some players that are kind of high up on my radar, players that I want to sign or I've been thinking about signing over the last couple of weeks. The next player I've been looking at really hard is Richarlison. Obviously he got off to a great start this season, had that 3-match ban for his sending off, but scored 2 goals on his debut for Brazil, which is pretty good going. I like the fact that he's had a rest. I like the fact that he's got some great fixtures coming up, especially home fixtures. And I'm pretty sure that he's going to score again in the next couple of weeks. I like the fact that he's playing Arsenal this weekend, and Arsenal away is a tough fixture, but their defence is not that great. They've been conceding goals to the likes of Cardiff. So there's every reason why I've been kind of thinking very, very hard about Richarlison, to the point where I had a look at exactly who I would take out of my team in order to accommodate him. So we're going to have a quick look at my team currently as it stands, and I'll talk you through some of the options and kind of why I've chosen actually not to sign Richarlison. But I'd love to know what you think. Basically, I like Salah. I like Salah for this weekend at least. I think I'm probably going to make a change with him for game week 7. But Southampton at home is a nice fixture. I think I'm actually going to end up captaining him. I think he's got a bit of a point to prove, and my hope is that he can score heavily this weekend. So I don't really want to take him out right now. Induzi is just a great budget bench filler. I have no reason to kind of take him out at the moment. He's doing a fine job of allowing me funds for other players and also chipping in with some points and performances every now and then. But definitely a bench guy. But I want to keep him around because I think his value is only going to rise over time. So that really leaves Bernardo Silva and Lucas Moura. For this weekend, I like Bernardo Silva again. I'm going to stick with him. He was very good last week without scoring many attacking points, and then scored midweek for the Champions League. The big risk here is Pep's rotation again. I'm definitely concerned about that. But my hope is that he starts, and Cardiff away is a great fixture. I think Man City can go there and score free will really. I just hope that Bernardo's involved. I hope that his form in the last 2 games keeps him in. We'll have to see how that works out over the next few weeks. The Champions League is really complicating things. And then the other spot that Richarlison could take is Lucas Moura's spot in the squad. Now I like Moura and I want to keep him because he's been playing in such an attacking, advanced position, but I am worried about him. Obviously Spurs have lost 3 games in a row, so something needs to change. They haven't been scoring freely. I suspect, or you'd suggest that change is probably to give Harry Kane a rest. But given that change is on the cards and Son is back now from the Asian Games, I think Lucas Moura's spot is kind of under threat. I understand that Dele Alli might be injured, which might allow for both Son and Moura to play in the same team. But it's a risk. I think Spurs have got a pretty good fixture. I know people talk about Brighton being a hard place to go for a big club that's off form, as Man United found out a couple of weeks ago, but they just aren't a very good team. And I think Spurs have got a bit of a point to prove. They've got some frustration to work out. So I kind of like that fixture of Moura away at Brighton. Or at least, look, there's enough about the fixtures that I just edge Moura away at Brighton and Bernardo Silva away at Cardiff ahead of Richarlison away at Arsenal. I think Tottenham can find it within themselves to play it better than they have been. Man City should have a comfortable game at Cardiff. And Arsenal are in the ascendancy as well. Everton may have a tough time there. So overall, that's why I've decided to kind of not go with Richarlison. And so in fact, my strategy this week is actually to not make any transfers at all. I'll show you my team as it's kind of lining up for game week 6 here. I am comfortable with the risk that Mendy may not be fit, and the same being true for Pedro. I'm pretty happy having Hector Bellerin and Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the bench to kind of step in if those guys don't make an appearance. And I've got a bit more of a strategy for game week 7. Here's my plan. I'm going to go with a strategy where I sell Mohamed Salah. I just don't think he's playing like a £13 million midfielder at the moment. I think he's, to borrow an expression from someone else's video, I think he's playing a bit more like a £10 million midfielder. And as a result of that, I'm probably in game week 7 going to take Salah and Pedro out and replace them with Eden Hazard and Mesut Ozil. Hazard obviously has a tough first fixture at home to Liverpool, but I like the fact that he's playing at home, and Chelsea will regard that as being a really big fixture, and I hope that they can get themselves up for that, and that Hazard's a big part of it. What I like is that Hazard's playing in a much more attack-minded Chelsea team than I think he's ever played in. He's getting forward. He had great form in the World Cup. He's started this season really well, and he's not playing in the Champions League. And then we saw last night that in fact Chelsea rested him entirely from their Europa League team. So the fact that he's in great form, playing in a good team, taking penalties, and he doesn't face some of that rotation risk that players like Salah and Mane perhaps face themselves. With some relatively good fixtures in the coming game weeks, I think that's why I'm interested in making Hazard one of my main guys. And I think Ozil's going to start to deliver. He had a good game week last week. He scored 10 points. Then he scored again this midweek in the Europa League for Arsenal. And when he's on form, so much of what Arsenal do flows through him. He scores goals and creates lots of goal-scoring chances and gets a bunch of assists. And I think he's pretty well priced. I think he's a better budget option than Lacazette or Aubameyang in that team. Who I think will end up sharing the goals a little bit, so it's quite difficult to pick between them. So I kind of like the idea of Ozil being in the team and working with some other more budget strikers who are going to get regular game time and play kind of regular 90 minutes. And with Wilf Zaha and Callum Wilson both having good fixtures over the next few weeks, I prefer that balance. So here it is. This is how that strategy looks over the next couple of weeks. No transfer this week. And then next week, looking to bring in both Ozil and Hazard. So yeah, let's see how this weekend goes and see if I stick with that. Yeah, the other thing is I kind of like, if I look at all the fixtures as a whole, I really like Leicester at home to Huddersfield. I don't think Huddersfield are a good team at all. It's hard to know what to make of Leicester, but I would like Maddison or Vardy in for this fixture because it's the one fixture where you can kind of see attacking points being kind of almost clearly available. So I think it's a shame that I don't have Maddison or Vardy for this week, but Leicester are also a little bit of a basket case at the moment. They had a bit of a rough time down at Bournemouth last time out. So we'll see. I'll be watching that game with interest, and if you've got Maddison or Vardy in your team, good luck. I think you're going to end up having a good game week. And regardless, look, good luck to your teams this week. I hope you do really well. Let me know how you get on, and let's check in again next week, see how the game week plays out. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments kind of how your team's doing, or whether you have kind of any transfer dilemmas. Let me know what you think of the video. Give us a thumbs up. Yeah, also if you'd like to join our league here at 553, you can do that. There should be a code below this video. Join up, have fun. I'll kind of check in on the league from time to time and see how you're doing versus everyone else. I'm currently bottom of that league, so you don't have to worry too much about stiff competition from me. But yeah, that's it for this week. All right, thanks. Bye.